Mostly when I practiced, I represented the press, newspaper, radio, TV stations, individual reporters, the State Press Association. They did not always get the facts right, but I really believe they tried. When they made a mistake, they were always willing to publicly correct it. That the law demanded they correct if asked was a legal fact, but that their professionalism demanded they correct it, they did even if unasked. At one point, our city clerk in Las Vegas was suing the city council. Representing the largest paper in the state, I moved in federal court to intervene in the case so our reporters could attend the depositions of those elected officials. They objected under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 26 on the grounds that our participation would be embarrassing to them. Judge, I said, if it wasn't embarrassing, we wouldn't want to be there. And then I argued. The Constitution is the supreme law of the United States, but the Declaration of Independence articulates our core philosophy. There are certain self-evident truths. Everyone is born equal. They have rights, including life and liberty, which they cannot surrender, even if they want to. That to secure those rights, governments are created, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. There's the key language, the consent of the governed. Those who drafted the Declaration and later the Constitution were mostly common law lawyers. Jefferson, Madison, Hamilton were suckled on the common law of England and supped on the teachings of Blackstone and Coke. They knew, they deeply understood in their bones that the only consent which is valid is informed consent. That was the role of the press they envisioned when they drafted the First Amendment, to tell the governed what the government was doing so that their consent would be valid. Demagogues hate the press. Dictators hate the truth. Oppression shrinks from the sunlight of demonstrable fact. Is the press always correct? Of course not. But those who practice journalism as an honest profession strive their best to present the facts to the people so their consent and their governance will be legitimate. That was my argument to the court. We won that motion. The judge called me the next day and said, "Evan, that was a good argument." "Judge," I replied, "I'm the only guy in this town who can wrap himself in the flag and then set it on fire."